Right, let's do the 10 o'clock update, guys. So we've now got the next four-hour candle on Bitcoin. Um, I hope you haven't blown all your money in your chop. Like I've been saying, it's just chop. It's just going up and down, up and down, up and down on the 15-minute. So 4-hour, basically, you can still see it's in an uptrend. Nothing's changed, except we did come down and make that higher low, and it's pushing up now. Um, I was in shorts. Like I said on the last one, I'd closed my Bitcoin short. I'm nearly ready to take another one, to be honest, but we'll see how we go. All right, so 4-hour, it's definitely still in an uptrend. We've printed the higher low now. Clean long, still maintaining bullish pressure on the high time frame, which is fantastic. This one here, the 1-hour chart, we've made now another higher low. So low, higher high, higher low, higher high, breaker structure, come back. The important part here is this one. So it is the weekend and retests are not precise, not real good and not precise. They can be messy. Liquidity grabs don't go as far or even further sometimes. So at the moment, this one is still holding the 1-hour structure, broken through, got acceptance, come back straight back to claim that vector. And like I said, didn't quite get the whole vector. Weekend rules, pop straight in, acceptance up, create supply, come back, retest, retested, push back up in, no buyers, fall back down again, didn't get acceptance, push back up. And that's in the last 3 hours. So it's just that last candle. And now it's still hanging up and over. This candle here is showing us a fair bit of action, which is increased in volume, but we're gone neutral now. So we're neutral as far as the push up goes, suggesting buyers have stepped out because the volume's tapered off. This one's a bit higher, but is it going to continue? Meh. I'm not sure. I've got shorts running. And like I was saying, I had a short from here. And I think on the last video, I said I was going to think about cutting it. So I put stop at entry and I got stopped out. So that's no big deal. But yeah, on the 15-minute, you can see it's come down, broken structure, created demand, pushed off, reaction off, reclaimed the MAs. Now it's pushed up. It's done a little flag and pushed up. And it's come back and tested the MAs and the flag. It's got a reaction, a vector candle straight away. Bus, there we go. And you can see that volume there is not as big as that volume there. So I'm thinking, so that candle there has more volume than that vector there. That's a tiny little vector. To me, that's exchange of hands. So they're swapping their longs for their shorts. So what I'm expecting now is this come back to demand at minimum. And I think we might see that down to neutral by the time it gets there. And I've got the theory with the flags. So if we've got a nice little flag like this and it breaks to the upside, it's probably a fake out. So we'll see what happens. It'll come back and we'll test this MAs. This fast MA is just about to cross the slow one. So that could be a good thing for bulls. Could be hopefully good for my shorts because I'm all in shorts in alts. What I was looking at, I think we did EDC last video, didn't we? All right, so I've been looking at hype. I've taken a short here. I remember all this shit. All right, so again, hype has pushed up, broken structure, created supply, rejected, tried to push up, didn't have enough gas, come down. It's reclaimed the vector perfectly. All right, so that's a positive for the bulls, but like I said, I'm short. What I'm looking for now is it to tire out and drop below this breaker structure and come up and retest the bottom. Once it retests the bottom, I can then add to my short because I've just taken a small scalp position. So we can see it's gone up here to here. I want to see it come down to here, get acceptance down here, come back up, retest the underside. And as soon as it does that, I add. So then it should tumble. That's if it's a short. If it's not a short, we're more so looking at this. But yeah, I'm positioned short. I took the short from this candle getting rejected. That was a good enough sign for me. And it's the first time I've seen it not in bull pressure all day. What else can we say about that one? So it's got a fair way to go, but it'd have to have the rest of the market help it, I think. I know it's doing its own thing, and yes, it is. People are obviously pretty keen on getting onto it. A lot of whale activity, apparently. So you can see on the 1 hour, it's really strong. Like, look at that, just straight up. No stopping me. I'm off. No flies on me, Jack. I'm gone. Away she goes. So technically, its target is up here, and I think I've got a liquidity. I had a liquidity line drawn up there as well for over here. It's been a 15-minute, I'd say. Anyway, won't bore you with that. But yeah, there's a liquidity line above. But like on the Bitcoin, it hasn't gone and got that next liquidity line above either. So it's stopped as well. So I'm hoping hype will roll over for us. ZEC, I'm still in that. That's still going all right. Oh, and that's good. It's formed a supply. I'm happy about that. That's very good. Now, Ethereum, Bitcoin's just had a little kick, as we saw. But Ethereum really didn't move much. It was already above the MAs. So you can see it's running out of steam. Just doesn't have the push to get up. It's got a bit of bull pressure going on. But it's got no volume. There's nothing there. There's nothing buying it. It's just chop. That's chop. And like I'm short in that as well. And this one was interesting. And this is one of the ones today that I thought, oh my God, if I don't long this and it pops, I'm gonna die. So I shorted it. I suppose the psychology around that is I never listen to myself and I just trust the structure. So that's really good. So that's my short position on XRP, and you can see what it's done here. Get rid of that. So it's created a demand, done a liquidity grab, fake push up, no acceptance, quick rejection. Fake push up, drops the demand. Now it's come back up inside to claim the liquidity. Now it should fall behind, and we've already got bear pressure. So the short, if it closes below this line, will look like this, and I'll just repeat it because it's exactly the same. This will come down here, probably go a little bit further, come back, retest the underside, and if it retests and reject, short's on. All right, but if this candle doesn't come below that break of structure line, the long might play out. It could come back, reclaim the vector, and get straight back up in there, and then it would have an acceptance, and I would have to flip long. And then it would look like that. So it's still a 5 to 1. That's not too bad. I like that, but I prefer the downside. I wanted the downside. Structure told me downside. So I took the downside from just above the MA there, I think. And where I see this going is down here to clean out this vector. So that's a 9 to 1. That's why I was pushing for that one. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to turn bearish, a little bit of a pullback to help all my alts. And this will be another one that I'll add to. So I'll be running the XRP and the hype, and we can check that on tomorrow's morning's update, I guess. So a recap really, Bitcoin, I'm expecting a short, but our high time frame bias on the 4 hour is long. So any shorts are counter trend. There's liquidity up here that we're expecting Bitcoin to go and get, but there's nothing wrong with shorting things alts while this does this little move here. You know, you got to think that's what is it? 72.9 to 72.6. That's a couple of $100. So that's $300 drop. The other thing I called on, I posted on X not long ago was a link short here. So I can explain what and how and why we've done that. I don't know why my short tool's not on it. Okay, so my entry is there, 9003. Yep, that's it. And my stop loss is there. Yep, 90. Yep, that's where my stop loss is. So what happened, or what's happening is, I want to see it come down to here and clean that vector. And that, when I put these short tools on, that's not close my position. That's where I just expect it to get to. By then, I should have taken 25% at least. Maybe because at this far down, I might go 75% down here and leave a runner. Then when it bounces back up, I'll add to it and keep the trade running. But what we did here was link, created demand, pushed off, rejection, come back, broke the demand, popped down, created another demand. So when it broke that structure, I've immediately flipped short. Now I'll show you that supply wasn't there at the time. Supply's been created just recently. So what's happened is links come down and broke that structure with that big red candle. This green vector here, this is the candle that gave me my entry. So it popped up, cleaned the liquidity in the breaker candle, and closed back down inside the range that we're trading. So that's a perfect reclaim of the breaker candle. Then when it's done, it's pushed off, got acceptance, come back up, retested, dump. I'm in. So my entry's down here, and now it's just doing its little thing. That specific candle there has just cleaned out the top of the liquidity. So there's no liquidity under this structure line. Price has now been accepted below and is going to continue on. So that's the system in a nutshell. But you probably should join our Discord and I can walk you through it all so that you can understand what breaker candles are and shit. We've got free Zoom that you can jump in. I'm on it 18 hours a day, I guess. I'm more than happy to do live trading with anyone and everyone. So join our Discord group. We'll start off in a general, as just a general member, and work your way through. We'll get you trained up. And follow us on Twitter too, don't forget. I think all the links are in the bio at the bottom, or click on the more or something. I've got a head for radio, not YouTube. So yeah, I'm not real technical either. That's why I got my team helping me. Alan called a ripper today. Have a look at this. I never even heard of it. I had to ask my ChatGPT what it is. How's this? Righto, guys, jump in the short. So, same thing. Break structure down, break structure up, got rejected, come back down, created a demand, pushed up, took the liquidity from this move here, created a supply, come down, break below the structure. Now it's contending with a retail trend line. I call them liquidity harvesting lines. Right? They're not trend lines. They're there specifically to take your money. So that has now closed below the breaker structure. So far, it's got acceptance. It needs to retest the underside. And then you've got confirmation. That's when you go hard. Once you get your confirmation, you get a displacement candle down here, enter, go half your account. No, keep risk tight. But yeah, we want to see a retest under here and dump. It can just dump, don't get me wrong, and then that's not your trade. Forget it, you missed it, or you took a scout and you just took like a $100 position, 5x leverage. That there would be about a $4 stop loss. So that's how you protect your capital. But you can learn all that sort of shit in our Discord with me and the team. We do prop funded trading mainly. And we can help you use someone else's money to pass challenges. So yeah, have a good one. See you on the next one. I hate saying that, by the way.